Friends of Zeus podcast with Zeus and Mike and Tom too. With Desiree and Jack too. Here on the Friends of Zeus podcast.
Hello, welcome back to the Friends of Zeus podcast. This is episode 223. We're going to be going back to an older format because we're feeling like we need to get some more focus back to the show. So we're going to go back to us all doing our own episodes on whatever we want to talk about. Unless something topical comes up, we're going to hit those things as well. I mean, there's plenty right now, but we just want to take away or get away from the world that's blowing up all around us. And
Yeah.
something I talked about a little while back, and Des is gonna steer the ship. That's a term we haven't used in a while. And we're gonna revisit the Bryan Kohlberger situation.
Is that a
Those
chicken?
That was a chicken.
Whack.
Yeah, I
Is it a
hope it
dog
was
toy?
a chicken because the only other thing it looked like it looked like a cock.
Right, sorry. It was sitting here on the table, so
So Des, you want to refresh everybody's memory on Mr. Kohlberger?
So the reason that I brought this up is because, we've all the world knows about this case. This is not some crazy new shit here. This case, everyone was awaiting for the August 11th trial that was quickly approaching so we can hear all about these gruesome murders that took place in Idaho. And then all of a sudden, poof, he pleads guilty like last week. Which
So what does that mean?
it just means that he pled guilty. He said, "Yep, I'm pleading guilty." I'm sure the reason that he did that was because if he went to trial and was convicted, he was facing the death penalty.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And so the plea deal was he pleads guilty, death penalty is off the table. So I thought about maybe wait until, because he's supposed to get sentenced next week. I thought about maybe wait until then to talk about something like this, but I mean, he's getting life. I mean, there's really nothing to be surprising out of that.
So, does this mean that he doesn't have to elaborate on what he did, or is that the big difference between him pleading not guilty and guilty?
Well, no, the difference is that he's not going to face the death penalty, but I mean, I don't know that he would have to elaborate on what happened even if he went to trial, because I mean, he doesn't have to. He's not testifying against he's not
Gotcha. But
taking stand.
we
Or
may
he
get
shouldn't.
less of the story.
Right.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
that's where we are now. So now, well, maybe we should just recap what Mike has on his little photo background here. So back November 13th, 12th, 13th, however you want to call it. It really happened the wee hours of the 13th, November 13th, 2022. These
Day after my
4
birthday.
kids here were murdered brutally in Idaho. They went to Idaho State University. And they had gone out. They had gone to a football game that day. And then they all kind of separate ways. They went to a fraternity party in a bar, came home, and then that was it. They were murdered.
Was he I don't recall. Was he waiting for them?
Well, yeah, so
in the
that's
house?
what I'm getting to. So
Yeah.
so here we have Maddie Mogen, Kaylee Goncalves, and then Ethan Chapin and Xana Kernodle. Those are the 4.
which is a great name.
Kernodle.
Yeah.
First of all, it's kind of a cool Xana. That's cool.
Yeah, Kernodle.
I guess one of her friends had said that she would always introduce herself that hi, my name's Xana, like Xanax, but with a no index. So yeah, and Kernodle.
Yeah, I mean, it's fabulous.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so it took a while for them to find this guy or the perpetrator, whatever, because there wasn't really we didn't know that there was any evidence at first. But unfortunately for this perp, he left the knife sheath
Mm-hmm.
at the murder scene, which luckily had one very small speck of DNA on it.
His blood or
I don't know what it, but it was
oh,
a
okay.
small DNA. You know, whether it was like from, I don't know, but they found one small speck of DNA on it, and that's how they were able to track this guy down. Now,
Wow.
can you,
Was it like a 23andMe Golden State Killer thing where they found him because of a cousin's DNA or?
yeah, but which I'm gonna have, when we get to this part, I'm gonna have Carl explain a little bit to me about this some more, but, yeah. But anyway, let me share the screen real fast.
Oh, let me do. And we are okay. Share. All right, you should be able to share.
Okay. Oops.
Yeah.
Okay. So this was a brutal murder scene. You see this picture right here?
Oof.
That's
Oh,
coming out from the floor.
So this was so brutal that
Jesus
like that's like
Christ.
like a house and you have the siding and then you have the concrete
It's the
base
foundation. Yeah, it's
foundation.
coming
Yeah.
through
so
the
like,
floor.
It's coming out of the walls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Like
wow.
that's how bad
it's
this
literally
was.
the house that dripped blood.
Yeah. This is
I
gross.
remember I remember seeing that photo at the time and I'd forgotten all about it. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's
This to me is chilling. This is
No, it's brutal.
the amount of blood it would take to do that is substantial. I mean, it's going through a lot of lumber and gaps, and there's a
And and
lot
and
there.
and
Yeah,
it lends to the time before they found them as well, I would think, because it's got to
Yep.
take a while for that to get through
mhm.
the flooring and the cement or whatever.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jeez. So how long were they
It's
there
terrible.
before somebody found them?
Here's Brian. Look at this creep. Hold on. Oh no, no, go up. What is
There
happening?
you go.
And it was in
Yeah.
Moscow, Idaho. Like
Yeah, wherever that is.
Idaho is like the state that nothing ever happens in
I
my
know,
opinion.
Idaho.
It's
Idaho, Idaho.
potatoes. Yeah,
This is the famous picture of them. It's these four here in the middle that were brutally murdered. See?
yeah.
Cute. I thought this was gonna have a picture of him. It
I
doesn't.
saw
Okay.
one.
Yeah, there was one.
Yeah,
Where?
there was one.
You have to
Oh,
use the bar on the side. Don't, yeah,
Yeah.
use
Use your
the,
arrow keys.
this guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he always looks the same.
Look at him. He just looks like,
Looks like a bad dude.
So interestingly, I was doing a little research on this. Desiree, were you aware that is mildly autistic without cognitive impairment, and he
Mhm.
also had something called developmental coordination disorder, which is often mistaken for autism. Don't quote me on the
Well,
often.
I kind of don't care because I don't care if you're autistic or not. If you're autistic, you know this is
Right.
wrong.
No, 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 no. I'm
This is
just,
brutal.
no, I'm just saying it's an interesting addition to everything else. And the
Well, and
develop,
we'll get to all that kind of in the end because I think that maybe that I don't know. There's a part of this that kind of not has kind of just come out, but like has been kind of maybe the biggest I don't want to say motive part of it, but anyway.
yeah.
So the next morning, so they find the girls. So the one the thing about this is there were six people that lived in this house. This house was built like really odd. Um, it it seems like that there was like a built house and then sometime later they came in because it
That's
was
it.
like a split level. So it was like built into like a hill and then there was like a level on top and then like a basement level which is in kind of on the side into the hill. And then it looks like somebody came on later and added like a back addition that one level was even with the top level and then there was another one. So it was almost like it was like a four-story house. There was only three.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or the basement. I mean, it was very oddly built. So, there were six girls that lived in this house, and Maddie and Kaylee were upstairs together. They were like in the same bed. They were like because they're like friends, and they went out and drink. They were drinking, so they came home, fell asleep in the same bed. Don't look into that too much. That's we girls do that all the time. And then down
Hot.
on like the main level, Xana and that was her boyfriend Ethan. Ethan didn't live in this house. He was just over
Hmm.
being a boyfriend. And then boyfriends, they just never leave. And then in the basement level, well, maybe on the main level too, or maybe on some weird second half mid level, there was another bedroom, and there was a girl in there. Her name was Dylan. It's DYL or DADLYAN, like Dylan. So there was that girl, and then on the very bottom basement level, there was a girl. Her room was down there. Her name was Bethany. So I guess there was 5 girls that lived there, whatever. So when this happened, this is like 4 in the morning. So the phone data shows that Xana was still awake. She was on TikTok. She had actually ordered some DoorDash. So she orders DoorDash and she gets the DoorDash. Well, the DoorDash was found uneaten on the kitchen counter. So I guess Dylan also, she's awake, and so she hears a commotion upstairs. She doesn't know what it was, but she's like, I hear the commotion, and the dog started barking, and then kind of like some crying noises, and she's like, I didn't know what was happening. I kept calling, people wouldn't answer. She's like, I looked out of my room and I didn't see anything. She shut the door. So then she hears like another like a something dropped, or she hears other noises. So she comes out. The other noises she hears was when I guess the perpetrator came down to the mainish level and had his encounter with Xana. So she hears another commotion. She doesn't know exactly what it's because she's not saying she's hearing brutal screams and yelling and a scuffle. She's just hearing commotion. She didn't know what it was. I mean, this is a college house. She didn't know people were over. She didn't know
Yeah.
if somebody invited some other dudes over. She didn't know. She looked at her bedroom. She didn't see anything. So the second thing that she hears is the thing that's happening in Xana's room. And then she kind of looks out her door. She kind of peeks her head out of her door again, and she sees the guy. She sees him walking
KOHBERGER.
out of the house. Yeah.
Okay.
And she said that he looked at her. And she just like froze. She sees him like walk out of the door, and she slams the door, goes back to the room, goes back to her bed, like hides under the covers. She keeps calling everyone. She's calling. Nobody's answering the phone. And again, it's not like she said, "Oh, I was hearing brutal screams, and so I saw this guy leave the house, and then so I called 911." That's not what happened. So she like is scared. I mean, she's a girl. She's a 20-year-old girl. So she decides she's going to make a run for the basement because that was the closest to the other girl, Bethany's room, because the other rooms were too far. So she runs downstairs. I can only imagine it's probably like you open the door and you just run down the stairs to Bethany's room, and she runs in there, shuts the door. She goes, "Hey, oh my gosh, did you hear any of that?" And she's like, "No." Like she's like telling her no, like she is crazy. What are you talking about? There was nothing happened. Like what do you mean? No, I didn't hear anything. And so she's like, "Okay, well, maybe I don't know. Maybe it was not in here. Maybe I'm just crazy." So they stay in that room and they go to bed in the same bed because Dylan's not trying to go back upstairs to her scary ass room alone on the middle floor. So then they wake up the next morning and it's like 11 or noon or something. Like it's late. Like you can't, can you imagine? I mean, you were in college, you just went out for a night of drinking. I'm not waking up till about then either. So then, um, Bethany is, or sorry, Dylan and Bethany, I guess maybe, are trying to call, Maddie, Xana, and Kaylee to see if they're awake yet. They're not answering the phone. So then she kind of recalls back what happened last night. She's like, dude, she's telling Bethany, she's like, I think I saw somebody in the house last night. Like, when nobody is answering the phone, what is going on? So they called a couple of their friends that lived across the street in another house. Their names are Hunter and Emily, I think.
Mm.
And they're like, oh my gosh, something weird is going on at the house. I think somebody was in the house last night. No one's answering the phone. Well, can Hunter come over and check the house? We're scared. So then they're like, yeah, we'll come over. So the two of the girls go outside, wait for them. They come over. Hunter, the boyfriend, goes inside the house to like check. So he goes in the house, he goes, Xana, and he like knocks on the door and he like opens the door to her bedroom, sees them murdered, shuts the door, goes outside, says, "You need to call the cops right now. Don't go in that house. There's somebody unconscious." That's what he said. Everybody in the media was freaking out about that because they're like, well, why wouldn't you just say murdered or like dead or like
No,
clearly
you don't
stabbed to
want to
death?
freak
He's trying to
everyone out.
protect them.
He was
Yeah.
trying to like
Not
shield
have them
them
freak
because
out.
she didn't want, because he had just seen what happened. Like he saw that. He
And
didn't
he's
want,
never going to unsee that.
and he's never gonna. Yep, no.
He was doing a noble thing. I'm
Yeah.
completely 100% on board with that. I'd probably do the same thing. You
And he
know?
was like, he in interviews later and stuff, he's like, if I would have said what I saw, they were gonna freak out and they were gonna like, I didn't want them to go in there. I just said what I said. So the first thing that came to my mind. So that's what I said.
Sounds like a good guy.
And then so
Yeah.
he keeps them, so they're on the phone, they're freaking out because, and they're thinking in their head, they're like, okay, well, unconscious, well, she was drunk, they were all drunk last night. Maybe they're just not waking up, but still,
No one's going to think
Probably
that.
still a freak out, but not the nuclear freak out that she would have had
these are
had he
21,
said
these
bloody
are 20
mess.
and 21-year-old kids.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, I would probably have reacted similar ways.
Yeah, as you were saying that, I was thinking 20-year-olds now are far more fragile than we were. Again, we were the ones that went out into the woods and like did all this crazy shit and came back, and the fact that we survived through the day was
Forest
Wait,
porn.
is
Yeah.
this the porn in the woods
The
story?
porn in the
no. I
woods.
mean,
Yeah,
no.
it's the,
But we like went out at sunrise and came back when the lights came on. I mean, we were made tougher.
There's
oh,
some
we
tough
definitely were
kids
tougher
these
than
days.
these kids, no doubt.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
as tough as
So
we were, I think if we found like slaughtered bodies, we'd probably be pretty.
Yeah, I'd be pretty freaked out, dude.
Yeah, I'd be
Yeah.
pretty fucked.
I'd piss my pants.
Yeah.
And I mean, as evidenced by that house that was bleeding, the bleeding house. I mean,
Yeah.
this wasn't just a strangle, like he strangled them and then like, that was it.
No.
That wasn't it. I mean, he murdered them. Like,
Have there been any, and not to get too,
And were
but
they weren't drugged, right? This was scuffles. These were right.
well, see that again, that's another one of those unanswered questions because like because presumably he went in this house about 4 a.m. and then he was seen on surveillance cameras leaving the house at 4:20.
Okay,
So
so
how in 20 minutes do you
well,
Well,
murder the
you
fuck
know-
out of 4 people and
the
well,
victims
okay,
are.
I imagine a couple of them were passed out drunk, and then maybe at least one of them realized what was going on. There might have been a slight scuffle with that person,
Mhm.
but if they were all trashed and passed out in their beds,
Easy
this guy could have had
pickings.
his way with them. You know,
and he appears, at least by appearances from the pictures, he appears to be a big guy.
He's
A
yeah,
big
tall
guy.
dude. Yeah, I mean, he could have
And they
overcome.
all actually, from the appearance in the pictures, all seem to be, even the guy, seem to be relatively tiny people.
And
So
and if he's coming at someone with a knife in the
who's
dark
asleep.
who doesn't know what's going on, he knows what's going on because he's the
Right.
one there doing
he's
it.
been preparing
And-
for this,
And the
probably.
thing is, even in a fight where two people know what's going on, if you
Yeah.
look at like martial arts, people are looking for like a tenth of a second advantage. He
Right.
had
He has a
every
knife.
advantage. He isn't like he could have disabilitated or made them unable to fight back, not killed them in like a second, and then he had all day to chop them up if he wanted
Right.
to. I mean, I don't know.
And again, he probably prepared. He probably walked in, covered her mouth, stabbed her, then moved on to the next one, or stabbed repeatedly because the other one's crashed drunk. Yeah, it's all.
Have they released any of that information?
So
Desiree, do you know?
they
Like,
haven't really released. See, and this is the whole thing about why people are so mad about which it did to. It's like I get it, like we all want to know because you're curious, but it doesn't fucking matter. Like
it doesn't
we
matter.
don't need to know what the condition of the bodies were. I
But
mean,
And it's
from a
kind of rude to
profiling-
the
but
family.
now we're not going to know.
No,
I'm
but
sure
saying,
I'm sure the families know.
but from a
No, I'm saying
profiling standpoint
for
for
them
this
to
guy.
Wait,
put
what,
it
Mike?
out there is cruel to the family, is what I'm saying.
Well,
I'm
wait a
just saying-
minute. If this had gone to trial, every last detail is coming out. Every graphic detail. They would
Yeah.
they would have like drawings of where the body was found.
No,
and
no,
had
no.
the
I'm responding
blood.
to what the Desiree was saying.
images.
What I'm saying is, it's fine that all that is
I,
not
I'm
going
just
to
saying
be.
it from again, we're doing a show on it. I'm not trying to be exploitative,
No,
but
I
I'm
know.
just saying from a like trying to get inside this guy's head thing, profiling this
Mhm,
guy
mhm.
is I'm just
Yeah.
curious, like, was this I stab you, you're dead, I move on to the next room, or was this
Well, we'll
like
get to
something of
that. We'll get to that
passion?
too.
Was he
We'll get
like
to that. Well, it's a stabbing, so it's going to be a crime of passion. That's what profilers say. Stabbings are very intimate crimes. It's
yeah, it's brutal.
because you're right there. You're
Is
seeing it.
there
You're feeling
any?
the death. But
I
it
don't
there.
want to get
But
ahead of it.
hold on, Zeus. No,
Okay,
but it hasn't been. The only thing that has been said is it was
I'll be right
brutal
back.
slayings. I mean, clearly, the
Yeah.
house was bleeding, but no one has said like, Kaylee had this many stab wounds or their throats were cut or whatever. I mean,
Right. They
they
didn't have
haven't
to.
said like that. I mean, you don't really need to. I mean, they're dead. If they're dead,
And
they're
it
dead.
would come
The
out
public doesn't need to know.
if this went to trial, the jury would see
Yep.
everything. Crime scene
Everything.
photos,
Crime scene
autopsy
photos, all
photos,
things.
everything. One thing real quick, just to give a little bit of context, and
Okay.
I'm going to share my screen here for a second. Um, let's see, share. I thought this was interesting. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm showing you.
Oh, is this
This
the
is the
thing of the
house.
house? Yeah,
So
it was a very oddly built house.
it was very oddly built. And I'm see if I can like move to the next. Oh, there we go. Let me move this out of the way. So this is empty. I don't know if this is before or after the murders. I would
I'm
assume
sure
it was
in before.
before. But this was, when you look at the outside, it's definitely like a college town shack. But it had been
Mhm.
updated, had some LVT flooring, it was in decent shape. This is the stairs to the upper
And I almost see, okay,
level.
hold on. See, do you see this room right here?
Hmm.
I almost wonder if like that has how the setup of how Dylan's room was, and she could just run to the stairs and go down. Like she didn't have to,
Yeah,
you know.
like come out here from this area and just go shoot.
Yeah.
The reason I just wanted to show this real quick and just to give some context, and I can put them in the
Keep going, keep going.
that's it. That's all I have.
Oh.
There is more. Let me go back. I just grabbed these three.
Mm-hmm.
Let me stop sharing. Um, and I'll put a link in here, but I went to the address of this place is 1122 King
1122 King
Street
Road.
or King Street, King Road, in Moscow, Idaho. And so I went into Google Street View and all that stuff. You can't really get a good look of it. The Google Street View is from 2007. I think they may have
Hmm.
pulled later version, later photos, but if you go to realtor.com, they have like 23 or 24 photos of the interior of this place. If you put that address into realtor.com, which is where I got those
Mm-hmm.
photos from. Um, but it was, this street was King Road comes off of one street, I think Taylor Street. King Road comes off. There's only maybe like, I don't know, 7 houses on it. And
Mm-hmm.
off of King Road, there's Queen
Queen
Road,
Road. Isn't
which
that
has
cute?
like which has like another 4 houses on it. And both dead end. So this was not a place where you could just drive by and I mean, if you were going to this house,
You
you
were
were
going.
going to this house. Yeah, it was not like a drive-by sort of thing. But anyway, just if you guys want to look at this or viewers want to
Yeah,
look,
so
there
more
are
about like
photos.
the area. So these kids went to this was off-campus housing. So they went to I don't know if it was I don't believe it was owned by the University of
No,
Idaho, but
not at the time. It was at the end though.
okay,
The
so well,
owners
it no
gave it
longer
to the
exists,
university.
but
Yeah, they
they have
demolished
torn the
it.
house down since. But yeah, this was like known as like a party house, which I mean,
Every
think of
house
like
is.
your house by the college house. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you got your sorority row, you got your fraternity corner, and then you have like the fucking houses that are just young ass kids are in them. They don't have anything better to do but go to school and then drink beer. That's
It
it.
was
That's
it
all
was
they
a
gotta do.
crash house. It was like a block away from a high school.
Yeah.
It had other little shacky type houses all right around it. I mean, the
Hmm.
next house
Yeah,
was like
it
15
didn't
feet
look like a
away.
great neighborhood.
Yeah, but it's like a thing. It's a
It was a
college.
college
It's
town.
collegey.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah,
it
it's a
definitely.
college town.
And then what I say by like it definitely looks like because I'm thinking of like Wichita State, which WSU, which comes up a lot of this case, which really always irks me because I'm like, it's Wichita State. That's what WSU stands for, not Washington State, you fucks. But anyway, Wichita State, so they have like they have like the sorority row, And then on one side of the campus, there's like actually kind of decently nice houses that regular ass people live in. On the other opposite of sorority row, on that side of the campus, there is fraternity corner, and then there's like some smaller just rentals. And so that's what it looks like this one was. And then somebody came along later and added that back addition to it so they could like fit more people in there and get more
Yeah.
rent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fine, sure.
So can I ask a question? I hope it's not too ahead of it. Was there any interactions with him
You're
and
getting too
any
far
of-
ahead.
Okay, I'm
We're gonna
sorry.
cover that, but just you're always
Okay.
ahead. So yeah, so when this was all first coming going down, people were like, this is a party house, who knows who could have been in that house. Which, I mean,
I
that's
know.
true. They said that was true. I mean, they had a lot of parties. I mean, they're college kids. Who the fuck doesn't? I mean, it was always a place. And Idaho State University, that's not like the biggest of universities. I mean, we're not talking this is not like Alabama or like,
It
any of
was
that. I mean, it's just
University of Idaho.
yeah, University
Yeah.
of Idaho. I mean, who goes there? What do they even teach there?
It's probably
I mean, honestly, like it wasn't so
it's
it was a university, but it wasn't like a huge ass university.
I don't know what the undergrad population was. I'll look it up.
And yeah, I thought University of
Harvey.
Idaho would at least been like in Boise, but I guess that's Boise State.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I didn't even like I don't this population of kids at this school is not
Oh,
probably that
yeah.
big.
The undergraduate enrollment in the fall of 23 was about 9,200. So University of Maryland, Virginia Tech, they're like 25 to 30,000. So yes, this was a
Yeah, university.
smaller state school. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it wasn't like it, and these were by all accounts, these were like, yeah, it was like the, off college housing, but these were all good kids. Like
Hmm.
they weren't drug addicts, they weren't
They're
any of that.
kids.
They were just
Yeah.
regular. Honestly, partying all the time when you're in college is absolutely
No,
normal.
yeah, no one deserved this. No one deserves this.
Well, they were saying that it was going to be because who knows who could have been in and out of that house? Who knows?
I'm
There could have
Yeah.
been anybody coming over those parties, who knows, like who this, so it was going to be hard to find the suspects, what they were saying.
And no
So then
one
they
probably
find,
locks the door. I mean, I
oh no,
doubt people lock
there
the
were
door.
people that were like, yeah, who locks their door in
There's probably like five ways
Idaho.
in. There's probably like five ways in there.
yeah, and it was and yeah, if you got drunk, there's a door that you forgot to lock, I'm sure. And honestly, like in what's this town's name?
Moscow.
Moscow, Idaho. Like
Yeah.
who locks their door there?
In
Who locks
November,
their door in the state of Idaho?
that's gotta
Shit,
be
in
cold.
Florida's well known, and that's a shady fucking state of people never locking their doors. So,
Well, I shouldn't
yeah,
say that on the
this
air, but I don't lock
town,
my door. I don't even have the key to my house, to be honest. So, I
Oh,
mean,
this is
I
good.
don't know.
This is a good
But anyway,
throwback. Zeus eating. This has been a while since I've seen this.
yeah, what'd you get this time?
Yeah,
What was the
welcome
selection?
back again.
Yeah, welcome back, man.
What'd you get? What'd you get?
bacon cheeseburger.
Oh yeah, there we go.
What's the price of that bacon cheeseburger plus a bacon cheeseburger and then cheeseburger plus the bacon on the side? Okay, whatever.
It feels like old times now. Okay.
Okay, so they then comes the media storm. All these media folk. They're coming in. Somehow, I think it's because the degree of brutality that this all was, but this became like a almost overnight national story. I mean, again, who the fuck
Four
even remember
college
Idaho
kids
was
got
a state?
murdered. Yeah, I mean that's a big story. Four college kids murdered brutally in their home, no suspect. That's
Yeah, for no
a
reason.
national story, man. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but
Absolutely.
okay, so they have no suspects. So okay, I forgot to say this knife. The knife that they found the sheath for. If this was a K-bar knife. Do you know what a K-bar knife is?
Yeah, it's a marine knife.
Is it a big old knife?
Mm-hmm.
it's like
How big
Rambo.
old
It's not
knife?
so much as big. It's not like a Rambo survival knife. It's the marine knife. It's kind of
Compass
like
in the hilt.
yeah. No compass in the hill.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just a
So I
knife
mean
for,
like this big or this big or this big.
I
So
would
it's a
say
decent
probably
size.
about 9 inches.
Okay. So definitely not a legal knife.
No.
Okay. Okay. Well, I was just wondering.
Yeah.
Anyway, K-bar knife is what was used. So then the very first lead that they got that well, they had the knife sheath, but they ran the DNA through CODIS. They got no hits. The really first lead that they got was from a gas station owner down the road that saw that on the surveillance camera at like sometime between in the later hours of four in the later minutes of 4 a.m. got a white Hyundai Elantra driving, he said, erratically away from in a direction away from these houses. Just, all over the road. Like, why are you going 90 miles an hour? Not normal. So he thinking, not thinking any, I mean, everybody in the town was like checking their shit, right? They wanted to know, they wanted to help, they wanted to see, and there was no
Cameras.
suspects. I mean, everyone's freaking out. This thing just happened. They have no one, no fingers to point. And they're like, who did this? And are they like the neighbor? Are they the guy down the street? Is this guy out still on the loose? What is going on? And so everyone's checking their cameras. That's why this guy at the gas station saw this footage and he's like, hey, I don't know if this is really anything, but like, here, I got this. This seems odd. So then the media released that they are looking for a white Hyundai Elantra between whatever years. And at this point when it was happening, the media wasn't, I mean, the cops really weren't releasing a lot of stuff to the media, which I mean is a good thing. I don't,
Yeah,
unless it's
they need to
something
hold that back.
yeah, unless it's something that really would help the public be able to find this guy. I mean, why would you taint the investigation by telling everyone what happened? Anyway,
Mhm.
so finally they put together a bunch of video surveillance, um, and pieced together this and this, that, and the third. And finally they had a suspect in mind. So they were kind of on him, watching him and stuff. He, in the meantime, on his front, he's probably freaking out. He decides that he's going to change the registration of his car because at this point they had released like 2 days after they released they're looking for the Hyundai Elantra. He goes to the DMV, or I don't know how he goes to the DMV, but he changes the registration of his car from Washington, Texas, because this guy lives in Pullman, Washington, which is like these are like border towns. They're like 15 minutes away.
Mhm.
So he changes his car registration from Washington State to Pennsylvania because he's
When
from Pennsylvania.
when did he do this?
A couple days after they released the fact that they were looking for a white Hyundai Elantra.
Wow.
with
Okay.
Washington plates.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha.
I don't know if they said did they say with Washington
But
plates?
they probably could tell. Maybe they didn't release it, but he knew that Washington plates were on it. So, I
Well,
mean, it's
yeah,
not, it's
yeah,
probably smart to do that.
and I
Yeah.
don't. Do you have to go to the DMV to register your car?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
because
the
he
first
did it and
time.
he didn't go.
You could do it online, I'll bet.
Oh, you
But his
can?
parents lived in PA.
Yes,
Yeah.
So maybe he had them
So,
do it.
right.
And
maybe.
maybe you don't have
I
to be in
don't know.
person. I don't
Well,
know.
if he had a residential address in PA like his parents, he probably could have done it online.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, so he does that.
So this is
Then,
where his criminology
well, we'll get
knowledge
to that in a
like
second.
yeah.
So then so now it's like it was either Thanksgiving or Christmas break that the time had come to. So he decides he's going to go back to Pennsylvania for the break. So he has his dad fly out to Washington, or his dad decides, whatever the one, to fly out there so they could drive from Washington to Pennsylvania. Like instead of him just flying,
Or why didn't he
fuck
just
this car,
drive?
I'm just gonna. He didn't
Yeah.
want to drive by himself, I guess.
You never
I
know.
don't
There
know.
could be some murderer out there.
I don't know.
True.
Crazy things. So maybe they just wanted to have, maybe they were really close. We don't really know. Maybe they just wanted to have a little cross country trip.
Hmm.
Yeah, why not?
Wholesome. That's wholesome.
Yeah.
So anyway, his dad flies out. But what I'm saying is, it's weird that him himself, like, why the fuck? Why do you need to drive? You're just going for Christmas break.
But he wanted to
Like,
get the car out of there.
yeah, exactly. But like, yeah, why else would
Yeah.
you need that? Because you need to
Yeah.
get the car the fuck up out of there.
Yeah. Because no one's looking in Pennsylvania
No, no,
for
they're
a
not.
white Elantra. Yeah.
So they get to about Illinois. And so he gets pulled over, right? By this time the cops have put the bolo out. Whatever. So he gets pulled over for like, speeding or something. I don't know, something. And they're talking. They have the body cam footage from that traffic stop. His dad's like, sitting over there in the passenger seat. They let him go. Well, then, so this is how I think everyone in the media were like, oh no, they're on him. Because then, like 20 miles down the road, he gets pulled over again for something stupid.
With his dad.
Still his dad's in the thing. And like, so they stop him again so they could talk to him some more, for whatever reason. And then his dad's over there in the passenger seat, and he's like, on the body cam, and he said something, like the cop asked something, and his dad just totally innocently just says like, "What are you guys looking for us or something?"
Wow.
And
Wow.
Brian like just turns his head and like kind of like gives his dad like a wide-eyed look, like, "Shut the fuck up, Dad." Anyway, it's really really strange but kind of
Wow.
funny how like how just people that don't know anything, they just say some
Yeah.
unsuspecting shit.
Yeah.
Funny. Anyway, so
Jeez.
there he is. They've got him. They know that he's going to Pennsylvania now. Okay? They're on him. They're distantly following him. So he gets back to Albrightsville, Pennsylvania. That's where he lives with his parents.
Albrightsville?
Albrightsville, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So, and then he starts acting strange. Okay? His sister is there. She is like, dude, I don't know what's up with Brian, but he's weird. Why are you being weird? You're doing shit at 3 a.m. with gloves on.
With gloves on.
With gloves on. You're not throwing away any trash. What is going on? Like, she's not stupid. Anyway, so she doesn't say anything because she doesn't have any reason to say anything, but she's like, you're being weird.
It's just odd.
What the fuck? Yeah. Well, then I guess one day at 3 a.m., he decides he's going to strip the car, like just strip it, like clean the fuck up out of it, and then with gloves on, take everything, and then take all this trash, walk it down the road about, I don't know, it's not like a neighbor situation. It's like an acre neighbor situation. Walks to a neighbor's house, throws the garbage. The cops see all this. They throws the garbage, and the neighbor's garbage comes back.
So let me just be clear. So because I don't know, they're already surveilling him based on the
surveilling him.
traffic stop in Illinois. Are they surveilling him based on they're linking him to this murder, or are they just watching him because they think something's wrong?
So they don't know. We don't really know at this point.
But he is in a white Elantra, and they know there's a white Elantra involved. But they're doing it surreptitiously without him knowing.
So they didn't release everything, and then again, this is one of those things where everyone's kind of mad because we're never going to know because the trial, he pleaded guilty. But I'm sure what happened was this. He probably, they probably saw, they got that one footage and they were piecing together camera footage from everyone has a doorbell camera now. I mean, come on. And they're, this guy, they see this car drive, they see this car leave. They pinpoint this is the, person that owns the vehicle. We're tracking him. That's probably what happened, I'm sure, because they didn't get any DNA hits in CODIS.
Yeah.
So,
interesting.
And maybe some other things that we aren't privy to. Who knows? But
I mean, that's amazing that they were able to lock onto this guy. I mean, they called him 7 weeks after, but I didn't realize they were surveilling him, or I'd forgotten that. I think that was
they weren't surveilling him until Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So. Because the traffic stop in Illinois, the 2 traffic stops, that's when they really were like, okay, this is the guy that the bolo was put out for. This is him.
Yeah.
And at the time, they were like, well, we're not going to arrest him because we don't really have anything right now to go. I mean, there's nothing. Only we're going to do is like hold him.
Yeah.
So interesting little piece of information. Albrightsville is what it was called, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like 20 minutes from Tobyhanna, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Really?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. When were we in Tobyhanna?
I was just thinking that. This was right around that time.
We were.
That was 2023.
It was during the summer.
2023.
Okay, so it was after all this went down.
Totally has, I found it interesting.
Remember that pizza delivery guy who had the knife and he cut the pizza for us? And
shady
stabbed
guy.
it. He kind of did a stabbing motion with the pizza.
Yeah, he was like, stab, stab, stab.
Anyway. I just want to say that I said that. I said, hey, they arrested that murderer guy, like, not that far from here. And everyone's like, what do you mean? What are you talking about?
Wow. What are you
Yeah.
talking about? We haven't done a
What murders?
podcast on this yet.
Yeah. So,
Anyway, get
yeah,
back.
so they're
When,
surveilling him.
oh,
They get oh, go ahead.
I just thought of something creepy. You know the unreleased Tobihana tapes that we have, like 3 hours of footage?
Oh,
Oh
What if,
yeah.
yeah.
remember we're like sitting in front of that window? What if like we look through the footage and there's like this, like he's like peeping
Your
up?
face.
Yeah, like
Oh
what's
my
his
gosh,
face?
do you guys remember that fucking siren that kept going off randomly that one night?
Yes. Yeah.
And I
what-
was
Yeah.
like, what is happening?
Worse
creepy.
yet is that mystery girl from
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
from
That's
the
a whole
camera.
other.
Yeah,
What
That's
if
a
what
whole
if
other.
different
she
show.
was found as a fifth victim?
That's a whole other trip. All right.
Anyway.
Sorry.
So they get a hold of this trash, right? They get the trash.
Yeah.
And you know what they do with that trash? Tell as
They-
old as time, it seems. It's not as old as time, but it is almost as old as time. It's as old as when they caught the Golden State Killer. That's how old they are. It is.
What they did? What?
But they go through the trash, they find some shit with DNA on it.
Mm.
They run the DNA. The DNA matches
Oh man.
to a parent of the DNA sample that they have on the knife sheath.
There you
So,
go.
so basically, they found his dad's DNA that he threw away in the trash.
So wait, his dad. They.
So that's what I was gonna ask Hakar about. How does that? Why couldn't they have just? Maybe they just didn't find a sample of his DNA in that trash. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, if they
Maybe
would have
they-
arrested him, couldn't they just subpoena a DNA sample and then?
So his dad
Well,
like
maybe
blow
he
his
threw it out
nose on
with
the.
other trash.
Well, yeah, no. If they had him in custody and they got a warrant to do a cotton swab where they swab your throat or whatever, inside your mouth, they could get his DNA. But if they didn't arrest him yet and they didn't have probable cause to do it yet, then obviously they had to go the circuitous route of going through the DNA testing what was in the garbage. Because once the garbage is out, you don't need a warrant.
You don't
right?
need a
You just
warrant.
search the shit out of that.
So it's
Yeah.
better just hold on to the garbage
I think it's
Okay.
better to light your garbage on
on
fire
fire.
in
Yeah.
your
Yeah,
yard.
fire pit. Yeah.
Well, see, that's why he was holding on to his garbage, Brian.
Right.
But something had gotten in that garbage.
Well, maybe on the trip back. I mean, they're driving across country. His dad has a bloody nose,
They
or
said it
his
was a
dad
Q-tip.
blows his
It was a
nose.
Q-tip.
Or yeah, whatever. It could be anything.
Who cleans their ears out in the car? Gross.
Brian Kroberger's dad. But yeah, I mean that is kind of weird. I mean, where do you even get a Q-tip in a car? I don't know, but
That's,
Wait,
that's,
so-
bananas, man.
that's
Wait,
ringing
so
a
the guy,
little
let me,
fishy, yeah.
so wait, he emptied the garbage of the car and threw that garbage out, and that's where they found a Q-tip in it?
We're presuming yes, because what happened is he was cleaning that car out, and then that's the garbage he took and threw it away
Right.
in the neighbor's trash.
Yeah, but how do we know it was a Q-tip?
Because that's what the cop said.
Oh, okay, then that's
Been released.
That's very strange. Who knows? Maybe his dad's
Yeah.
a weirdo. His dad cleans his ears out in the car.
Or maybe his dad was protecting his son in whatever way he could, which is probably
Like,
more logical.
I don't think so. I don't think these people don't seem.
So is there any word that his family knew anything about this? Were they
No, his sister was
co-conspirators?
fucking onto him the first second that he came home though.
Sisters,
Their
man.
sister was like, man, he was being weird.
Yeah.
And she said that. She's like, dude, weirdo. Like, I don't want to say that, their parents, they're supporting their son. They've attended, court hearings, but not her. She's like, this dude was weird. Like, why is he is being weird?
It's a difference
Weirdo.
between parents and a sibling. Sibling, I mean, I love my sister, but if I found out she like murdered 4 people, I'd be like, who?
Yeah, right?
You know what I mean?
Sister who?
I'd be like, what?
Yeah. So they arrest him.
Sorry-
And it's on.
sorry,
It's
hon.
on.
Yeah.
It's on like Donkey Kong after this. Then there was a gag order placed. And this is kind of where like it stopped. I mean, a lot of things stopped because you couldn't really talk about the case. I mean,
Who was the
No one
gag
was
order
good.
placed on?
it was placed when he was arrested.
Oh, on him?
When he had his indictment. Well, it was about the case. The gag order was placed when the indictment for his arrest or whatever his
So the
indictment
police stopped talking
came.
about it.
Yeah, they stopped talking.
No press
Anyone
conferences.
involved, friends, family,
Wow.
whatever. They couldn't talk about any details of the case. So,
It will come out
well, here's the thing.
at some point.
So,
Maybe in a decade.
so from then on, I mean, it's been the theories have been flying. Shit's just been popping off. I mean, it's like I said, it's on like Donkey Kong. People are trying to figure out just like who was the target. Why did this how did he know this like all of this stuff. Well, here's a few things that have come out since inadvertently come out, I guess, through Dateline. Actually, Dateline kind of leaked a lot of shit that they weren't supposed to. Some just things that people have sleuthed out. Okay, so this we don't. The girls did not know this guy. They didn't know who the fuck this dude was from a hole in the wall, but he knew them.
Mhm.
He knew specifically Maddie. And he had an obsession with Maddie.
Which one's Maddie in Mike's
Maddie,
picture?
I think she's
Top
this
right?
one. I think she's that one.
This
Yeah.
one?
I think she's this one. I think.
I can't see your top left, top right.
Top right, I think.
Okay.
I think. Maddie and Kaylee look like
They
so
look
much
very
alike.
similar. Yeah.
Yeah. So the story goes is somehow he fixates on her. He was liking her pictures on Instagram.
Oh, wow.
He
Wow.
was like after he was arrested and stuff, his phone pinged like 37 times or 27 times in the area of the King Road house.
I heard about this. I
I think I remember this, yeah.
contemporaneously. Yeah, like 20 or 30 pings over a course of weeks.
Yeah.
That he was like driving around stalking,
Mhm.
being all stalky and stuff.
So Maddie and Kaylee worked at this restaurant called like the Greek or something, the Mad Greek or something like that. And which is a vegan restaurant. Brian was vegan. Okay.
Brian was vegan?
Brian was vegan. So this is maybe where this
Met
fixation
her.
set.
Yeah.
So he sees her and he's now at the Greek like all the time. He's going there lots.
I didn't know this. Okay.
So
Wow.
like I think maybe that's where the connection is. So
But there's no record of her acknowledging him or knowing him.
No. I mean, maybe. I mean, it could have been. We'll never probably know, but it could have been that he like finally one day got the courage to be like, "Hey, you want to go to the movies or what's your number? Could I get your number or whatever?"
No one knows. Yeah.
And she was probably like, Psh, "No, like, no, you
He's like,
fucking
okay, I'll
weirdo."
kill you then.
You look like a serial killer, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like nobody has ever
See,
nobody from the Greek like reported the Mad Greek has reported that he was a regular and Maddie would talk to him like she was just being nice like the waitress. Nobody said that. Nobody has reported that. That's not been reported at all ever. So I don't think that was the case. I think that just maybe one day, or maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe she had a boyfriend. Maybe he found out that she had a boyfriend. He got pissed. I don't know. Who knows?
He's a psycho. He's a psycho, and she caught his eye, and that's it.
And then he created his own narrative from that.
Yeah.
How old was he? He was still in school. So was he in his early
28.
20s?
I think
So
he was 28.
late
so
20s.
about a little bit about him. So he was a PhD criminology student at the Washington State University. We're not going to say WSU, Washington State University. So, prior to that, his master's degree that he was awarded, he got from DeSales University in Pennsylvania.
DeSale?
Mm-hmm.
DeSale.
Where he studied under Catherine Ramsland.
He studied, he got a degree in killing people with a knife.
Well, I mean, maybe like the psychology of killers.
Yeah.
So
why does Catherine Ramsland sound so familiar?
Catherine Ramsland, maybe to people that know true crime, that sounds familiar, but she is one of the only few people that BTK would interview for.
Ah, okay.
So and she's like criminal psychology, shit like that. So like he studied under her. He was like one of the main, or she was like one of the main people, or no, BTK was one of the main subjects that he learned about.
Wow.
So
Right.
if you
Wow.
think about all his shit, he's psycho,
Yeah.
Yeah.
certified. So then recently, like this is just the other day, like Amazon Prime, what's today, the 15th? Amazon Prime came out with a new documentary on the 11th. And it's more about like the people involved, like involved on the backside, the friends, the family, stories about the girls. Like it's more like that.
Yeah.
But they had this guy in the documentary that had been a lab partner with Bryan at DeSales. This guy was
Wow.
like, listen, yeah, I can see him doing this. So what he said was they one of the classes that they had, they were like, they had to get a lab partner. And by lab partner, this is what they were doing. They like Catherine Ramsland, there was this house on the right on or off the DeSales campus that they had purchased for a crime scene house. Basically, they would go set up crime scenes. Pretty cool.
Mhm.
Pretty cool. But that was a lab. So then, like this one guy, this totally normal, like jockey dude, he's like, yeah, we were, picking lab partners. I see this guy in the back of the room. He hadn't got a partner yet. It's like, I'm the kind of person which I'm just gonna be like, hey, if a person looks a loner, I'm just gonna be like, hey, buddy, you want to be a partner? I'm pretty cool like that. Kind of talking himself up.
Yeah.
So he's like, hey, Bryan, do you want to be a partner? And he's like, yeah, that's fine. He said Bryan was actually a very good lab partner. Like as far as academics go, fire,
Yeah.
fire, fire,
Paid
fire
attention in
partner.
class, apparently.
There's the
Yeah.
Dude.
autism right there.
He's like, he was on it. Like he had all the answers. Dude, he was a great lab partner. But he was a little bit of a weirdo. He's like, I remember once I invited him out to a party and he was like, no, I'm good.
Wow.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay. So he was kind of quiet, weird. He just was not a really
Socially awkward.
socially awkward. But what he said is there was two main, like I don't know if they had to pick like their subjects or if they had to pick some people to do some stuff on, but two people that they studied a lot about were Ted Bundy. Remember? He was the one who killed all them girls at the sorority house.
Yeah.
The lawyer, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he's a jailhouse lawyer. Ted Bundy? Really?
Yeah,
an
he was a
attorney?
lawyer.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
Was he?
I think
Or
he's a
at
jailhouse
least he
lawyer. He was a
studied.
jailhouse attorney. Yeah. He couldn't really practice law. And then also shit, I'm
BTK?
gonna no. Elliot Roger.
Menendez?
Elliot
Oh.
Roger.
Oh, that's a fascinating story.
And he's like, he favored Elliot Rogers' story. Now, let me tell you about Elliot Rogers for who you don't know about him.
Autistic as well.
Or it doesn't have any, I'd stop saying that. It doesn't have anything to do with that. This guy, Elliot Rogers, so he was an incel. Do you know what an incel is?
Yeah.
Involuntarily celibate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
So
sounds
he
like
was
this
an
guy
incel
was
group.
too.
Yeah, that's what everyone is saying. So this guy, he like wrote this big ass manifesto
Mhm.
and then like went and killed a bunch of people. And
And
then
he did the
himself.
videos before he did it. Yeah, that's a crazy story. We've talked about it on the show before.
Yeah, and then in there he's like, all those pretty girls that wouldn't give me the time of day, I will destroy them, is what he said in his manifesto.
Wow.
Yeah. So, putting all of that together, it just seems real, like he was
Can-
almost like copycatting.
Can
Well,
I ask?
well, and
Yeah.
also he think about it. He could probably relate more to the incel guy because Ted Bundy was known as being a ladies' man and very
Correct.
charming
Yeah.
and good looking, and he knew
Mhm.
how to like get these women to
I probably would have been Ted Bundy's victim, honestly.
see.
So Ted Bundy was not a lawyer. He did attend law school, but was
Okay.
not a lawyer.
Can,
Okay.
I've got a question, very important question. That's sort of the elephant in the room. Has anyone discussed the possibility that Kohberger is a serial killer who murdered people before? I mean, if he's 28,
They have talked about that. They have
I
talked
mean,
about
are there
that.
other victims that we don't know about?
Good
But
And
there's
then he just
there's
got caught this? I mean, he almost got away with this.
I don't know. I don't know.
If it wasn't for the gas
And
station
this
guy,
this might
has come
and
up.
actually, Mike, this wouldn't have probably been considered if you base it just on this crime alone. It may not have been considered a serial killing. It may have been considered a spree killing.
Was not a spree killing, but it was if he killed other people, it would have been a serial.
Then it would have
would
been a
be
serial killer.
I
But
think
in
there's
the
a
we
good
don't know.
chance.
in
I
the
think
case
there's a
of
good
this crime,
chance.
it would have been a spree killing.
I mean, if this was his first and he killed
Right.
4 people, I mean, that's like a rookie baseball player getting up and hitting a grand slam in his
Yeah,
first
but it's
career at
still
bat.
technically, legally, I don't think it qualifies as a serial killer.
Right, but no, what he's saying is it possible that there
he
has been
killed-
others before?
No,
That we
I
don't
get
know
that. I
about.
get that.
Yeah,
I get
that's
that.
what I'm saying.
I'm
Not
just
that
saying
he
based
is
on-
because
based
he
on
has
this.
he has all the characteristics of a
Doesn't it seem?
serial
I mean,
killer.
and he's 28. I mean, that's the prime of his life.
hmm Yeah,
Anyway,
that has come up. That's come up in the past, and there just hasn't been any unsolved crimes in the area.
okay.
But I
Yeah.
mean, who knows? Maybe was there any in Pennsylvania? We don't know.
Yeah, the MO. Like, what's
Slangs,
the MO?
like was there slangs and fucking
Yeah, like
East
in
Coast?
practice killings. Like
Yeah.
a lot of times with serial killers, they'll kill and then like they wait 6 months and then they kill again. And then there's a period where they ramp it up and it's like 6 people in a month.
Well, even like the Beltway snipers here from in DC area in '02, they killed what 10 people, but they found like 2 or 3 or 4 other people that they had killed, like in Washington and I think
Well,
Texas.
I think
and-
they are
I mean,
technically
before.
serial killers.
But what I'm saying is, it didn't come out till afterward. Like no one
Right.
knew about it, and this guy doesn't seem like the type of person that's just going to say it right now. Maybe after he gets sentenced,
Mhm.
he could come out and say something. But he's not
Yeah.
going to say it now.
Yeah, I just because there, like I said, there hasn't really been any unsolved crimes in the area
That
that
are
are
similar. Yeah.
that are similar.
Interesting.
I'll bet they're checking his travel records over decades trying to.
But it wouldn't surprise me.
It
Yeah,
wouldn't
not
surprise
at all.
me either. This just seems like a big one for your first. I mean,
So
anyway.
back to the theory of kind of what happened, how this all happened, how this went down. So everyone's thinking that his target was Maddie. Okay. So the thought is that he thought maybe the plan in his head was he was going to go to Maddie's house. I guess maybe kill her and leave. I don't know. There was no sexual assault in any of these victims.
That's what I was gonna ask that. Yeah.
You didn't have time.
Well, no, yeah, exactly. He didn't have time. So who knows why? I mean, you would have to think, okay, if you were this dude and you're this incel and you're like obsessed with this girl and she's not giving you the time of day and you're gonna go kill her, you would probably want to try to have sex with her too. I mean, honestly,
I
Probably,
can't even.
right?
Yeah.
you would think that that's what you would want. That would be part of it anyway. Anyway,
She
so
might-
maybe
She might have
Maybe that's-
rejected him. She might have rejected
Maybe
him, but he
that's-
said, "I'm just going to kill her."
maybe. Well, so for some reason in his mind, that's what his target was. He was gonna go kill her, maybe try to have his way with her. Who knows?
And she was the first one that was killed.
Well, I don't know if she was the first one or if, we don't know. We don't really know because
They were
I
together.
don't know. But
Succession.
so when
Her and
he
her friend were
encountered her,
together.
though,
Yeah.
Kaylee was in there, and
Yeah.
he didn't expect that.
Makes sense.
So now he has to kill them both. And then as he's leaving, here's this girl in the kitchen with her DoorDash. Fuck, she saw me.
Gotta kill her too.
Got to kill her too.
She's
Then
got
her
a
boyfriend comes out.
Gotta
Got to
kill
kill
him.
him too.
Yeah. Wow.
Jeez.
And I don't know about Dylan. I don't know because she said he looked at her. And I mean, she didn't open the door wide. I mean, she just like peeked. So
Maybe
I
he
don't
was
know.
like, I just gotta
Maybe
get
he
out of
just
here.
didn't see her.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
he didn't see her eyes. Maybe he just saw that a door open and he didn't see her. Who knows?
Was he in a disguise?
Yeah, she said that he was dressed in all black with bushy eyebrows. Is what
I
she
was just
said.
gonna say the bushy eyebrows thing comes
Leo
up a lot.
Mangione. Luigi
I'm sure like a mask,
Mangione.
a hood, all the things.
Yeah.
I think she did say he had a mask on too. But yeah, and she said
It
he
could have
was
been
dressed. He was
could have
he
been
was dressed
Luigi
head to toe in black, mask on, bushy eyebrows. That's all she said.
eating a hash brown.
Hash brown.
Luigi Mangione. Luigi.
Oh,
Yeah,
hash
bushy
brown. Oh, yeah,
eyebrows.
It's Mario.
Okay,
He's
we
got a
eat the hash
mask.
brown at
He's
the
got a mask
McDonald's.
on.
I
Yeah.
forgot.
All right. Hey guys, I gotta tap
You
out
gotta
because
roll.
I gotta change my bandage, but it's been fun. I'll see you all next week.
Take care,
Okay.
Jack. Take care, hot
See ya,
dog.
see ya,
All right,
Jack.
ha
You have
ha
a good time. I
ha
hope you
ha.
feel better. Feel
You
better
guys are
soon.
hilarious. See you later.
That's got to be at the beginning of the episode.
Is
Let's
that
go.
like a
Let's
dog
carry
toy?
on.
Yeah,
Is that a dog toy?
it's not a dog toy, but if you squeeze it,
We can't hear it, but it says it's squeak.
it
Is that
makes
what
a
it does?
horrible noise, man.
Yeah. Is it a cat toy? That's not a cat toy.
No,
I
it's
don't
a
play with
It's a
that.
person
Mike toy.
Oh, is that a Chuck E. Cheese special?
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a chicken.
Chicken.
All right.
Chicken.
So,
Okay, so the thing about the incel. So this is the other weird, kind of one of those eerie, weird shits about this case. Okay.
did he ever have any
So,
girlfriends, Brian Kohlberger?
well, there
Do you
was
know?
a girl that did do an interview after all this. She came out and she said she went on a date with this guy one time. He was
Okay.
fucking weird. That's what she said. He was fucking weird. Like, just, okay, I don't, how do I explain this? Because guys aren't going to get it. Girls are 1,000% going to get it. You know, those guys that they just don't know how to interact with you. And so they just do weird shit because they're trying to mask the fact that they have no fucking idea what's
They're-
right and what's wrong in this
they're
situation.
awkward.
And they're trying
Yeah.
to be, so yeah. So this girl, she said that he like kept trying to like tickle her like randomly.
Yeah, not good.
And then like when she would be like, stop. And like finally she had to be like, dude, stop. Like quit tickling me. And like he like every time she would tell him to stop, he would like kind of like do like a mad face, but like do this weird look like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? I'm not doing nothing.
It's very immature.
It's immature. Yes, immaturity / socially awkward / your behavior doesn't fit your age
Correct.
Right.
because you don't have any experience with women.
Yeah, like I think Mike, you can probably you can acknowledge this. Like we've all been like the fucking weird guy at one point or another, but there's a difference. You know what I mean? Like we have this, so we take social cues. We may try the tickling, but then when that fails, we
Yeah, I
don't
never
continue
tickled
with
Who
it.
tries tickling
girl.
on a first date?
Yeah, I never did
No,
that.
no, no. But what I'm saying is maybe not necessarily that example, but something that is equally obscure, but you take the social cues and you change your trajectory, call, cancel the date, try and do some kind of recoup from the awkward experience, or like just, all right, this ain't working.
Yeah, so here's some other things that she said. She said, I can't remember if she said that he was at her. I don't know, but she said I had to pretend to throw up in the bathroom and say I wasn't feeling good, so he would leave. me
Wow.
alone. Then, so he finally leaves. So he must have been at her house or something. Now, who fucking invites somebody over to their house on a first date? I don't know. So I don't know if they knew each other like from class. I don't know, but
Mhm.
then she says that she gets a text message from him after he leaves, and this is what it says: "You have really good birthing hips."
Wow.
The fuck?
Wow.
I'd like to place him on my mantle.
There's like it's like two things. It's
Now,
like one that he
that's
would,
not the time for this comment.
but it's
that's
one
not
that
it.
he would like make that observation, and then two that he thought it was like a good idea to text her that. That's sort of like what?
I've had this you know what's weird is I've had people well, I don't want to say people. Let's just say I've had this comment said to me before. And it was not through a text message.
It seems odd
Okay.
though. Yeah.
It's not I mean there is a time and a place for it, and that place is a very small place in
Yeah,
the
it's
world
very, very small
where that's an
window of
appropriate
time.
comment that would be found, that would be like, okay, that's a good time
Yeah,
to say
like
that.
after 6 years of marriage.
Maybe 6 months of dating. I don't know. But then it would be during a time that's like right about the time when you're about to bang. Okay? That's the
Yeah.
time you say it.
Yeah, not like
Not in a
over
text
French
message.
fries or over text message yeah. I'm learning a lot on this episode.
Yeah, I know. She's like, it was very weird. I never talked to him again. Good job, honey.
Man,
Sounds like there are a lot of red flags with this guy.
So, well, here's the biggest fucking red flag. You ready for this one?
Oh boy.
So, when this all happened, you know how the internet works, right? Okay.
not
So-
tubes. Yeah.
Huh?
A lot of tubes,
A lot of twos and wires. But no, I'm
information
saying
going
like you know
around.
how social media works. I should have
Oh
said
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So after this occurred, there was immediately a group, Facebook group. You know how groups work? They just blow up all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That so
Don't fuck with cats.
and well, yeah, exactly. So it was very don't fuck with cats-esque. When things happen, there becomes a Facebook group out of it. So, you know, the Facebook group was like the Idaho 4 murder case. Or I don't know exactly what the Facebook group was, but it was a Facebook group about a true crime Facebook group about this case. There was a person or there was an account that signed up to be that joined this group named Papa Rogers. That was the account name.
Elliot
Papa
Rogers?
Rogers.
Yeah.
Is that an homage to
Reference to
Papa
Elliot?
Roger or
Yeah.
Elliot Rogers? Who knows? But um this person behind the account had very odd comments. Like he would ask a lot of questions about what this person would have been thinking, which is not really something that you
Yeah,
ask in a
like
Facebook group.
he wants some acknowledgement. He wants to hear how great he is
Yeah,
or what. Yeah, yeah, I
and
get
then
you.
so then it comes out that well that's funny because Brian Kohberger, when he was at DeSale University, put this questionnaire out as part of a homework assignment
Hmm.
that was looking for criminals between the age whatever that had committed a violent crime. That was the call out to answer the following questions. Okay, for this paper he was writing. And they were questions like, what was your mindset prior to and after the committed crime?
Wow.
How did you
Hmm.
feel when you committed the crime?
And
Like it
he's
was just
asking
shit
that.
like, and he's
Yeah.
asking these very same, like not exact questions, but very similar questions in this Facebook group or whoever the Papa Rogers account, the person behind the account, whoever that was, they're asking these very similar type of questions. And then here's the smoking gun with this one. So then he said, oh my gosh, I'm going to find the exact quote
I'm I'm gonna be back
because,
in less than a minute.
okay,
So this is all before he got caught.
yeah.
Okay.
This was just this like Facebook group like came about right after the crime was committed. And then so it's between the time that it was committed
And
to
he couldn't
he got
resist
caught.
being involved in it. That's so common. You hear about all the times where the serial killers go to like a cop bar,
Hmm.
and this is very similar to that. A thing we have to keep in mind also is regardless of how fucking wacky this guy was, he was a PhD.
Mm-hmm.
Like like really involved in the education of criminology. I'm actually kind of shocked he got caught.
Okay, I think I found it. No, 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 Reddit, get the fuck away. Huh, here it is. I found an actual quote that was posted. I'm waiting for Maryland Man to come back. But
Maryland
yeah,
man.
I've heard of that in which he after he was arrested and a little bit more information comes out, it was actually found that his phone pinged at the girls' house again the next morning at 9 a.m.
So he was hanging out?
So he went back to their house that morning.
That's crazy.
And then the other thing, so he goes back to their house, who maybe because he's like, fuck, I left the night sheet there, went, or maybe he didn't even realize he left the night sheet there. I don't know. They went back And then when he got back home, he took a selfie of himself, like,
Weird.
yeah,
He is a special kind of crazy.
weird dude.
This leans a lot into, and I know you're for some reason you're against the whole. I know you're against the whole like autism aspect of it, but I think it is significant, like the weird savant behavior, like that's what I'm saying, and social awkwardness, and then you pull in that other disorder that he had, and that's all about like clumsiness
Yeah,
and
but it doesn't matter.
awkwardness.
Like, if you're a savant, you definitely fucking know the murder's wrong.
No. But what I'm saying is these are all things that could have built up to his poor social behavior
Well,
and
I'm sure that
contributed.
they explained
Yeah.
his poor social behavior, but your poor social behavior and autism don't explain the fact that you murdered somebody. They don't. Go on Love is Blind or Love on the Spectrum, I mean. Go be on that
No,
show.
I get it. But they said he was mildly autistic. And then the other thing would have made him awkward as a kid, probably made him angry at society. Like,
He was
I'm
a fat kid, so he got made fun of.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Kohberger?
Yeah.
so
Okay.
go ahead, give us his quote.
Okay, you ready for this? So the paparazzi. First of all, this Facebook account, the name of it was the University of Idaho Murders Case Discussion. That's what the Facebook group is called. So the paparazzi's account posted this on November 30th. November 30th.
Wow, just like 2
This
weeks.
is what was posted on.
Before he was caught,
He was
after
not
the
caught
murder.
until mid-December. Actually, I think it was December 29th. So this is a month before this thing he was caught.
Blew up.
This is what he posts, or this is what Papa Rogers posted in the account. Of the evidence released, the murder weapon has been consistent as a large fixed blade knife. This leads me to believe they found the knife sheath. This evidence
Oh,
was released prior to the autopsies. It hadn't been. That hadn't been released yet.
So
That they found the sheath.
yeah, and I bet you after he was arrested, there
How
have been
would
no
you
more
know?
posts to the Elliot
No,
Papa
once he was
Rogers
arrested,
thing.
stopped. It was gone. The account was
Yeah,
the
so
account
was
was
him.
bye.
So
The feds fucking wiped it.
he couldn't
I'm sure.
he was so happy he couldn't hold it in, and
yeah.
wow, man, jeez.
Ego got into
It
it.
wasn't
Ego.
released that they found the knife sheath until like the second week of December.
And 2 weeks earlier, he says they found a nice knife sheath because
Yeah.
he
Wouldn't it be
really loved it.
funny? Wouldn't it be funny if they had missed it and then they saw that and they were like, "Hey, let's go back and check and see if there's a knife sheath there."
Yeah.
Well, the speculation has been like he was probably literally freaking the fuck out because he knew he didn't have it.
Has
He
anyone
even got on
speculated
Amazon and tried to buy another knife sheath.
to
Oh,
to have
tell Mike
one?
about the ping shortly
So
after the murder.
his cell phone pinged at 9 a.m. So this happened 4 a.m. on the 13th.
Right.
9 a.m. on the 13th, his cell phone pinged again at that house.
Wow, he came back.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he was looking for the sheath.
He was either looking for the sheath or seeing if the cops got called.
Maybe seeing like if he dropped the sheath outside the house. I mean, that would have been a
Maybe.
wow, man. I mean, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Crazy. This is
Yeah,
a
and
lot
then he
more
said-
information
So
we had in our first.
he probably I wonder almost the speculation has been that that Papa Rogers account obviously was him, but like, what if he was freaking the fuck out and so he put that out there, and to see if anyone was like, oh yeah, they said that the knife shoe was found at the case, like,
Or he
seeing if
just
that
screwed
information was
up.
out there yet.
He just screwed up and he just thought they would have found it, or he didn't know it wasn't reported. You know, maybe he just screwed. I mean, people screw up. I mean, he's not
Well, and
a criminal
cops do this
mastermind.
all the time. The cops do this all the time
They
where
hold something back.
they hold stuff
Yeah.
back maybe he was fishing.
You know what I remember when
That's kind of what it was like. He was fishing to see what the fuck people knew.
when the story first
I
broke
wouldn't be fishing for shit.
that he
No,
had
I pretend it never happened.
but when the story first broke that he had been captured, I remember something about people saying like, you know, he was really into these types of murders and he did it as a game to see if because he thought he could get away with it. And it seems
Mhm.
like that's true. Like it
Mhm.
seems like he thought he could. But again, the police have been catching murderers for hundreds of years, you know? I mean,
Well, he
and
didn't think
people
about the
screw up.
fucking numerous doorbell cameras people got now. You didn't think about that? Come on.
I mean, it seems like you have to completely shift gears and leave the area and do something completely different and
Leave
just
your cell phone wherever.
vanish. Yeah, or
Dude, yeah, exactly. And you know what? I think about
And
this.
even leaving your cell phone at the house is a damning thing. So where were you during these 15 hours where your phone was at your house? You
At
know,
my house with my phone. That's what the fuck I was. What you talking about, Willis?
wow,
yeah.
man.
Like, why would you do that? Why would you bring your phone? You don't need your phone. You don't need your phone. If you're gonna go murder somebody, you don't need your phone. Why would you do that? Why would you
Honestly,
do
if
And
you're
that?
gonna murder somebody, you need to have it needs to be a stranger. It needs to be somebody in a different zip code. And
And
yeah.
it was. He was in Pullman, Washington.
Yeah, but he was like 15 minutes away.
but there was no connection. There was no known
He
connection.
should have got on a plane that night
And
or that
and
morning. I mean,
and
honestly,
and
but
his victim didn't know him. She may have met him before, but she didn't know him. There was there's no indication that she ever mentioned anything about him,
no,
right?
they
To
had no like
anybody.
they didn't there was no
And
messaging,
doesn't that
nothing.
seem unusual isn't it unusual for someone to murder someone that they don't even know? Isn't that kind of
Well,
unusual in this way?
that's what like he knew her, she didn't know him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're a crazy person, you are become obsessed with somebody
Well, I
and
mean, but even
you're an
like
incel and your idol is this person that put out in a fucking manifesto that the girls to which are so pretty that won't give you the time of day, I will eliminate them. And that's your idol. Maybe you got to do that too. I don't know.
Jesus.
well, but I mean, it's like, you can have a casual encounter with somebody that maybe you're quite attracted to, but then 3 days later you forget about them.
Yeah.
They're you know.
So this is why.
Oh,
I was saying that he studied under Kathleen Ramsland, and there is, I feel like a little bit of a BTK connection to this because the thing that he did was that's exactly how he found his victims. He saw him one time, locked in,
just
that
Yeah.
like
just like, and BTK he ain't got no skeletons in that closet. Listen, he'll tell you whatever you want to know because he
He's an
wants
uber
everyone to
predator though.
know what
PTK
he did.
is.
He
but
wants people to know.
there's people who can be very obsessive about other people, you know? I mean, and what I'm saying is there are people out there who will obsess over people. I've had friends that did that where I'm like, dude,
Yeah, but man, usually there's got
you
to be
gotta
some
let
kind
it
of a
go.
relationship. There's got to be like a date that happened or
No,
something, you know?
I remember growing up and friends of mine that were just like head over heels, like they're just super crushing on somebody to the point, and the other person doesn't want anything to do with them, and they just keep talking about
But
it.
again,
And I've been like, dude, you gotta cut bait, you gotta get over it, man.
yeah,
But
but
people don't,
again,
they obsess over it.
I mean, again,
I've seen it, not to this degree, obviously, but
no,
people can be
like
obsessive.
there's been girls in my life that I was like really into them for like 3 weeks. You know what I mean? Like super like, oh, I got
Yeah,
she's the one, and then like 3 weeks later, find out that they're dating somebody, whatever. You get the social cues, and that's where this guy and Elliot
doesn't.
Rogers and all these incels fall off. They obsess, and then it can't be me. I can't be the one that's the
Right.
problem.
They don't look.
It's got to be some societal fucking triggering mechanism that makes it not me. There's a narcissistic quality to this
100%.
massively, like super tough. Because again, I'm not gonna say the person's name, but Mike, you probably remember somebody that I talked about that I was really, really, thought they were great, and then I just was like, well, now they're not
Hmm.
great anymore. You know what I mean? It happens. But again, it's taking those social cues and realizing that things are just not going to be what you think they are.
Yeah, you don't
It's going to
kill
be
them.
short.
I mean,
What?
Yeah, that's not the
you
answer.
don't murder them.
You don't
I
murder
mean,
them about it. God.
yeah, that would be that's
No,
a
no,
huge
no, 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 no,
step.
no.
So
And
So
that's where it falls off. That's where the social cues. If you're not getting those social cues, then sky's the limit as far as the craziness. You know what I mean?
yeah. So
Yeah.
I guess we'll never really know exactly all. These are like literally all these theories are just speculations. They make sense, but we don't really know. So Kaylee Goncalves, her dad, has been very vocal throughout this. This dad doesn't give a shit. He's like, listen, that's my little girl this motherfucker murdered. And I'm gonna say what I think. He's been all
yeah,
over the news since this shit has happened, saying all sorts of things. It's kind of
yeah,
funny. Because he don't care about no fucking gag order.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's someone gonna take from him?
And I
He's lost his daughter.
and I
Like
read
Exactly.
on a
what's
He's like,
someone gonna
yeah,
do to him to hurt him at this point?
I read
yeah,
on a news article today. He's like, this is not justice.
yeah.
This is the worst thing that could happen. This guy's he's gonna walk away. I guarantee if this guy gets killed in prison, which is very likely, that dad might
Dude,
have
I don't
something
know.
to do with
I don't
it.
think so. Because look at BTK's ass. He's still in there thriving.
Yeah, but the thing
Right
here's what.
along with fucking Jonathan and Reginald
Yeah,
Carr. They're like hanging out.
But
but
here,
he's like
Just
royalty.
right up
but
the road from me,
but
man.
BTK.
here's the
This dude
thing.
is like royalty now too.
Here's the thing. Not to quote Pulp Fiction, but personality goes a long way. And BTK has charisma. He's got the riz.
A
This
weird
guy,
charisma. Yeah,
this
yeah,
guy has no charisma. This guy
He has
is gonna
negative
get.
riz.
He's got
yeah.
negative. He is going to be eaten alive in jail because
That's true.
no one likes this guy, and
Well,
he's
he's
not likable.
fucking he's like he is not, I guess he don't have no friends.
He doesn't have.
Yeah, and
He's not likable.
BTK's got like a prophet
He's
quality
got
to
the
it.
riz, dude. He's got the riz. Like it or
Yeah.
not, he does.
Yeah,
Well,
that's a very good point.
so here's kind of I don't know. So yeah, uh, so like Maddie's no, Maddie's parents.
Hmm.
Maddie's parents have been to like all the cases or all the hearings. Ethan's parents, which is here's something cool about Ethan. Ethan was a triplet.
Oh, so they got two other ones.
There's two other ones that look like him out there.
That's so freaky.
It is
Spares.
weird. It's you know, I any siblings, it would be sad to lose your sibling, but for a twin or especially a triplet, like they twins, triplets, like multiples, they have these connections that are like they're the same person because literally they
Yeah,
are.
it's part of your identity.
And so like you just how do you I don't know. How do you go on without your triplet, twin, whatever? I don't know. It's really sad. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I think Maddie's
Jeez.
I think Maddie's parents have been to a lot of either all or a lot of the hearings. I also I think maybe Kaylee's have, but also maybe they haven't because I think that dad would murder just not give a fuck and just get up and murder that dude.
Yeah, I would too. 100%.
I don't know. But so
Mhm.
I don't know. I actually don't know about Kaylee's parents, but Ethan and I don't know. Xana doesn't really have a relationship. I mean, she has a mom, but like I think her mom's like on drugs and
Dude, I
shit.
mean, seriously, I don't know how people like when they go through this, like in my, and I'm not trying to be dramatic, but if I, in my darkest moments, like if I wake up in the middle of the night and am having a nightmare about something like this, yeah, it's like the guy who did it, it's his parents, his siblings, his children, his aunts and uncles. Like I would burn their houses down. Like it would just be like scorched
Oh,
earth. I would eradicate the
I've said
entire
multiple
You
family
would be
times on
fed
tree.
to
this
the
show.
pigs. There would be some
I
pigs
know.
fed.
Yeah,
Yep.
I
it
would
would.
walk the earth to find the motherfucker that hurt my kids and kill
It
them.
would
I
be
would
it would be
fucking never stop
unending.
walking.
It would be unending. And
Yeah.
Well,
again, that's just me talking tough. I get it, but that's where I can understand that. I
well,
can
and
easily see that
his
happening.
parents have been at every single hearing. How the fuck has someone not like, I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah,
but so Ethan's parents have not. They have said that, you know what? We don't
we're gonna move on.
we're gonna move on.
It's not gonna bring them back.
It's not gonna bring him back, is what they said. Like it's not gonna bring him back. There's no use for us going and like
We got two more.
hearing that.
Reliving
We
it
have,
over and over and
yeah,
over. Yeah.
exactly.
We got
We
two
need
that
to
look
move on.
exactly like them. Yeah,
And not to like, you know, discount him just because I don't think they have it in them,
that's a
honestly. They can't.
rational thing. No, it's a
That's
rational thing. You can't
both things are
control it.
rational.
You can either burn. The problem with revenge is that it doesn't just destroy the target of the revenge, it destroys the person seeking the revenge. It it robs you of your own
Of
life
your own
because
sanity.
you're spending all your time and your thought and your actions frozen in time pursuing this thing that can never be made. You're never going to be made whole again.
Never gonna bring him back.
And the
Never
thing
going to
is,
bring him back, and you can't control the outcome.
and even if you get your wish, even if this guy, and God bless him, man, I mean, I hope he finds peace, but even if you get what you want out of this and you don't get the plea deal and the guy gets a death penalty and then they inject him and he dies, 2 minutes after he flatlines, you're still gonna be freaking hurt. You're still gonna be hurt for the rest of your life. Like there's
Yeah.
no
Yeah,
getting
and that
past it.
and so we have said it, and in reflection on we would murder the fucking people. There is but I gotta be around for these
You
people.
got
These
to be around for your people you still
so
have.
so I may take back a little bit on
Yeah,
that,
but in 15 years, I don't got to be.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll follow
I'm
you.
just saying
I'm kidding.
it is a volatile
So
emotional thing
what
for sure.
the prosecution, the state of Idaho or whoever you want to say, their whole stance is this is justice because he pleaded guilty. We got him. He's in jail, whatever, prison
I'm,
for the rest of his life.
if you're a prosecutor, I could
And
see
that stops
that.
that waives your right to an appeal, and to any appeals.
Yeah, so
There will
he's
never
not
be an
getting
appeal.
out.
You're never getting out.
And he's looking at 4 consecutive life sentences.
Yeah.
Plus
If
10
he was
years
to go
for
to
robbery.
trial,
What was
if he
the
were to go to
robbery thing?
I don't get the robbery thing.
burglary,
burglary.
because he
Huh.
did a B&E when he went to go murder out
So
there doing
he's
B&Es
looking
and
at
shit.
he's looking at 90 years in prison, like with no appeal.
Yeah, yeah. And so I don't know. So they're saying that is justice. The family, well, Kaylee's dad, he's like, this isn't fucking justice. I want that motherfucker to have to say what he did. Now, here's the thought. If he were to go to trial, first of all, there's a chance he would get exonerated. There's
That's
that you chance
It could
that
always be a mistrial, it could be some stupid thing,
for
some cop
over
didn't do
something
something
dumb.
right
Yeah,
or whatever.
You could always have that. Or, you get a lot of everybody knows about this case. And a lot of people think he did it, but some people don't. Some people are like, how the fuck, and who's to say you're not going to get them people on that trial or on that jury? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
you know what I mean? So there's a chance, you chance him being found not guilty. There's that. Second of all, if he is found guilty and he gets the death penalty, you got, how many appeals do you got? 4?
Dude, this guy, listen, there's other people
And
in
every
jail.
appeal, it's bringing it back up.
I wish there was a way to give someone a life sentence in solitary because personally, I think solitary is inhumane, but I think this guy would deserve it. But
I
the
think
thing
there is.
is,
I think BTK only gets 22 hours out of his cell.
out of his in his
I think out of
wait,
his cell.
20
I think they only get 22 hours outside the cell, or maybe
Oh wow,
outside the
that's
block.
gotta drive him crazy.
wait,
Or maybe
22 hours.
maybe outside the block. I don't know.
You mean
Or
22 hours in cell and
yes,
2
that's what I
hours
meant. He only
out?
gets a couple hours out
But what I'm
outside.
saying is, it's like this guy, when quote unquote justice, or whatever you want to call it, violence happens in these jails. There's a couple threads that are similar if you look back at them, and one is they are people who, like Dahmer, there were people that wanted the notoriety of murdering this famous person, and
Mhm.
there's a lot of people that feel that way. They're in there for life. No one knows who they are, and they're like, "This is my claim to fame. I killed KOHBERGER, whatever his name,
KOHBERGER.
KOHBERGER." And then there's other people who are in jail and they're serving hard time, and they probably have a daughter that's about this age, or have had a daughter that's about this
Yeah.
age, or a son or whatever, and they're going to be like, and maybe something happened to their daughter or their son, and they're going to see this guy and he's going to have a big freaking target. He's not going to survive, man. I mean, I don't see this guy surviving. I really don't, unless he's in solitary, because he's too much of he's awkward. He has no charisma. He murdered young people.
He's gonna have to go to a supermax.
Yeah, he's not.
That doesn't guarantee him safety either.
He's no Ted Kaczynski. That's like the 6th time we've said that phrase on this podcast. He's no
Ted Bundy.
He's no Ted Kaczynski or Ted Bundy. He's not either
Or
one.
BTK.
Yeah, I just don't see this guy make. I don't think he has the stuff to survive in a in a
No.
maximum
I don't know,
security
dude.
prison.
I think that I don't think he's gonna get cooked because there's a lot of people out there that like have done equally brutal murders. I mean, look at
But not with the pop, not
hold
with the
on,
fame,
what's
not
the
with the
fucking
publicity of this.
what's that guy that killed his wife and kids and put him in the oil barrel? What's his name?
Oh, Chris.
Chris Watts. He ain't murdered.
Yes.
He's not murdered.
But this
That's
is
fucked
so
up.
much
Yet.
publicity.
That's a yet situation.
What?
That guy
That
is
was
universally hated.
that guy's got fucking women sending him money and pictures of their titties every day.
That's
Every
so
day.
bananas, man.
Like, and Bryan Kohberger already is getting letters from women and money on his books and shit. Yeah. Like, I don't understand how people do that.
I know it's so absurd,
They
man.
like the bad boys.
So I don't know what I would want. What I want to hear it all, what I want to know every single last detail. I don't know. What do you think?
No,
I
not
mean,
at all. But I
here's-
would want to know that he suffers every fucking minute of whatever remains of his life.
Here's the crazy thing about like men and women and like the human species. You've got men that will obsess over something and like murder people for no reason, like very rash. And then you've got women that will send money and love letters to
I know.
convicted
What the hell?
murderers in jail. Like what the, like you don't see men sending money to women in jail. I don't think that
No.
happens.
That maybe. I don't know.
Maybe, but
But
not
there's not a lot of women murderers that are super famous. But I don't
correct.
know.
Correct.
That is a weird, like, yeah.
It is
Yeah,
kind of psycho crazy.
our brains are weird.
Yeah,
The
we're very
species.
weird. Around the edges, we're very weird.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know if I don't know. And which one I would think would be justice.
There is no
Which one I would be
justice.
okay with.
There's no
I think justice doesn't matter because it doesn't bring him back.
Yeah, there's no
Right.
justice. I mean, if anything, having this guy, if he's only getting out 1 hour a day, uh, that's to me, I'm like that. I'd be happy with that. You know, if he's in general pomp and he's like running around playing ping pong and stuff, no, I would not feel like that's
Oh, he's not going to Gym
justice.
Pop.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna be in the Gym Pop cell. I
I
don't
mean,
know
he,
if yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. I think that Kaylee's dad. I think some of them wanted him to get get sentenced to death.
But I'm saying the day after the death penalty, they're going to be lost. These
Yeah,
guys,
But,
these
but
people
there's
are
some
never.
form of closure
there's some
with
sort of
that.
there's the closure is the fact that he died or my daughter died, so he has to die, and I get that. I get that sentiment.
Yeah,
But at the same time, like I also get I want him to sit there and think about it every minute of his life. But you know what? I don't think he's gonna think about it every minute of his life.
no, he's
I think he's
not.
not gonna
Yeah,
give, he
see,
doesn't give a shit.
for me, closure would be he gets that one day of sunshine, but when he walks out there, I'm standing there with a fucking billy club and I get to clock him one every day that he goes out to get his sunshine.
It's never going to be. No one's ever getting made whole in this. That's the
No.
shitty part about it. That's the
No,
real
but
shitty part. And
I would
none
want
of
him.
these lives, none of these people, I mean, the lives of these 4 young people, they're never like that is lost, that got extinguished. There's no recovering that. There's no justice for that. There's just not. There's
And imagine
nothing,
if you're
anything anyone can do to
It's
bring.
all about
Yeah.
our comfort afterwards.
Yeah,
if you were Bethany and Dylan. Imagine if you were them.
jeez. Yeah, I
You
can't
were in the
even.
house.
Yeah, so many
you were in
lives
the
were
house
damaged.
when those 4 people got brutally fucking murdered and you were in the basement.
The
And
angel
you
of
didn't even
darkness
know.
came into your house and you avoided it.
How
And
like how do you
and what about Kohlbergers? Not just mom and dad and sister, cousins, uncles. Like he damaged people on his side of this thing
Dude,
too.
I
No,
don't
it's
care about them.
horrible.
You want to know what? Like people are like, "Oh, we lost a kid too." You know what? I don't care.
No, I don't
It's
care about that
I don't
so
care.
much. But what about people that were, saw him once every 3 years, but are now connected?
it's not that they.
It-
Yeah, I'm not upset for their loss, but I am. I mean, they are victims in a way. I mean,
I mean, I get
they
the
don't know.
sentiment, but I don't. As soon as somebody was like, "Your son is a murderer," then you should say that's sad, but he needs to pay for his crimes.
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
Oh my
I,
God. It's
send him a
just
letter
so
on Christmas. I
shitty.
don't know. Like, think if you're Jack, the boyfriend of Maddie, who Maddie called him like 100 times that night because she was drunk fucking dialing him. Think about it if you're that guy.
Yeah.
Think
There
about if you're
was
Hunter, the guy that found them, murdered them in their bedroom.
there was
That
a
guy's a real hero in this situation.
there was a story in, and again, the crime is and murder is so weird. There was a story, I don't remember the exact year. This was probably like the late aughts. I was still living in Baltimore, and there was this little girl. She was like 5 years old, and she was shot and killed on the front porch of her house from a stray bullet from some
Drive-by?
yahoos. No,
Mhm.
I don't know exactly what, but it was not intended.
Okay.
And they these two people just would not let it drop. And they finally, this was like 2 years ago, so like 2023, they finally uh got this, had the guy, got him convicted, and he's serving time. I mean, it was like 15 years later that they found this person. And it's like they interviewed him, and he's just like, they interviewed the guy that was like spearheading the investigation. I think he was like he was a cop that retired, like it was on the case, but then retired, but then he just kept, he couldn't stop. And he was like, yeah, I thought it would bring closure, and it just, I'm still pissed.
Yeah.
After
Yeah.
all that time. I mean, it's just, it's, you
Yeah, but you know
can't,
what?
you
With
can't
that,
put
it's
Humpty
like the
Dumpty back together again. That's what that nursery rhyme means.
I think
Sometimes shit happens and it
And you
just
can't, it
sucks,
can never
and you
fix it
can't fix it.
or make it
And
better.
it's a
but
And even if you
tragedy.
could, it's going to be cracked. It's not
right
going to be
that
whole.
Yeah.
but that's I think that's the thing is like you clear as much of that
You
that
do what you can.
grossness that you get rid of as much as it's the more you get rid of the ugly, the more possible it is for you to survive this ordeal. So like it's yeah, there are cracks, much like the Humpty
Yeah.
Dumpty reference, but at least you put them back together again.
I
You know what I
can't
mean?
fault the people. I'm just saying it's just, it's a tragedy, man. It really
And
is. I
it's
mean,
never going to be 100%.
it's never
So
100%.
so yes, you were saying right that they gave that the owners of that house had given it to the University of Idaho after all this. Because I
Correct.
mean, what the fuck else were they gonna do it? They couldn't rent that shit out again. Psh,
Yeah, so they donated it to the university, and then the university demoed it a little
yeah.
over a year
Good for them.
after
So
the
everyone was,
incident.
all the internet sleuths were like, I can't believe they demolished that house. What if they need it? I'm like, they don't need that house. They don't need it. They don't need, the jury does not need to go tour that house because it
No,
doesn't
there's
matter.
enough other
He did it.
evidence,
There's so much more other evidence.
and plus the neighborhood needs to get past it. I
Yeah,
mean,
so in this Amazon Prime documentary that they just came out with, so there was this guy named Hunter, and then there was one of Ethan's his triplet brother. He had a triplet brother and a triplet sister. So two boys and a girl.
oh, fraternal
Wow.
triplets.
Yeah, because
Fraternal
they were
triplets.
like,
Different three
IVF.
eggs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were
okay.
IVF.
Gotcha. Okay. Fraternal triplets.
So his brother's name is Hunter. Two different Hunters. Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Hunter that found him, Hunter the brother. Hunter that found them, remember him and Emily, his girlfriend, lived across the street.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And he said that, after all this happened, and then they had to go back to school the next semester, which I'm not going to Idaho State anymore.
University of
Right.
Idaho.
Yeah, University of Idaho, sorry. Woof.
I know.
There is a difference. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm just being accurate.
No, I
Sorry.
know, because there's a Kansas State University and a Kansas University of Kansas. I get it.
The Jayhawks?
The Hawks and the Cats.
Oh, okay.
Wildcats, whatever.
So, did you?
So
Whoop.
he's like every day. He's like every single day. My bedroom, or he said his bedroom window
Jeez.
faced that house. So every single day he would have to wake up and he'd see that house. And every single day he'd have to walk out of his house and go to his car. And there it would be, just reminding him. So
Hmm.
a lot of stories like that about people that in the neighborhood or whatever, like he's
And
like,
it's
the
a
house is boarded
small,
up. Who knows if they
yeah.
cleaned that dripping blood off? I
Who
mean,
knows?
honestly,
Probably
who
not.
knows?
Probably not.
So he's like, even after they tore it down, he's like, all it is a big hole where that house used to be.
And clearly they were friends enough that they shared phone numbers.
Oh
So,
yeah, they were like
yeah.
good friends.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Woof. This one feels more impactful than the first time we talked about this.
Did we do a
Um,
show on this
I
already?
don't think so.
we talked about Kohlberger at least a little bit.
In not with his own episode, but or not this case with its own episode, but
No,
probably
no,
in
we
yeah.
definitely touched on it a bit.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Maddie
pretty.
and Kaylee were best friends. They knew each other since they were 6.
When people say, like I said, I'm not religion aside, but as I've gotten older, and I remember people used to say, and people still say it, that evil exists, call it the devil, call it whatever. It's really hard to argue the contrary when you see something like this. I mean, there is a manifestation of just evil. It's not someone killing someone because they're fighting over resources. It's not war. It's not uh someone was trying to rob me and I killed them. No, this is someone going into a house and stealing the lives of 4 people. I mean, what is that? That is, I don't know, man. I mean, evil exists. It is
But it doesn't just
it's a
manifest in
thing in the
serial
world.
killers. It doesn't just manifest in serial killers and
No, it's
cult
all over.
leaders. It's government officials.
It can
It's
be in small portions.
yeah,
Yeah. No,
yeah,
it's a thing, man. I mean, as I've gotten older, I'm like, yeah, it is a physical thing. It
You
really
yeah.
know,
is.
and
That's yeah.
it's sad, and though I'm not saying that Maddie deserved to die. She didn't at all. But
Yeah.
for Kaylee and Xana and Ethan, I mean, they literally they weren't
Wrong place,
what
wrong
they
time.
were the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Completely had nothing to do with anything. They were just there.
And who's to say how much she was involved? It could have been a
I mean,
passing
she
chance.
wasn't, but she was the one that he came for.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? And that doesn't give him a reason in the least.
No,
But
no, no,
what
no,
I'm
no, no.
saying is
I
like,
get it.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. This
weird.
story is a lot sadder this time that I'm
It's
going over
very
it.
sad. It's super
Yeah.
sad. I mean, again, I know whenever we have these episodes where we talk about a killer or something horrible, I always put a picture of the victims up somewhere, either behind me or in the episode, because I feel like they get lost in the story
They
because
get really lost.
Kroberger is like this,
I
everyone gets
mean,
into the
it's
killer's
it
personality.
started out being the Idaho 4 case, and it's now the Brian Kohberger trial.
Yeah. But
You
that's why
know?
I do it because it's like it's it's more important to remember the victims, I think, than it is the
Yeah.
killer. I mean, the killer is interesting in a textbook kind of intellectual,
And to know why you
like
did something so
Yeah,
studying,
heinous.
and learning from what
learning
made
from
him
it.
tick. Yeah.
You're right, but I don't give a shit about this guy. I
Yeah, I don't
I
give a shit
do
about that dude
I
either.
care about these people and their families. I don't even know them. I can't imagine what their families are going through.
Yeah, and
So
interestingly, generally speaking, having my some of my education in psychology, generally I'm for the keeping the killer alive because you can learn from them. But this guy's a piece of shit,
he's gonna like
and
write a book, or he's gonna talk to he's gonna pull BTKs. He's gonna do interviews.
I
Idaho state
actually
law
feel
actually
like
prohibits him from making money, but he's gonna write a book.
yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like this one, I'd rather see him dead. BTK, oddly, not as much because he is an alpha like predator. There is stuff to learn by observation with him, but
You know what would be a
this
really good
guy kind
use?
of like accidentally got bigger than he really ever should have. Does that make sense?
Yeah. What would be a good use for BTK? Now, he should be a profiler. Like
Like Hannibal Lecter, man.
he should help the police solve
Bundy
crimes.
did that. Bundy did that quite a bit. So did Gacy. Gacy did that. They weren't profilers, but they were like they come and talk to them.
Insight.
What would you and Ed Kemper. Yeah, there's been a few where they have gone that route of what do you think is going on here, and they've been valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they
Definitely
think
Ed
like a psycho.
Kemper.
You you think like you are a psycho, so you think like a psycho. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. That's what I think he's gonna do. I think if he doesn't get murdered in prison, which they haven't murdered him yet, so I don't think he's gonna kill himself.
I don't think he's going to get killed either. He's kind of like I said. There is for lack of a
But
better term, there's a romantic quality to your Gacy's, your Dahmers, your Bundys, your
I thought
BTK.
Dahmer got murdered.
Well, no, but
he
no. But
did.
what I'm
He
saying
did
is
with a
there was a
broomstick.
quality to them that drew our attention. No, I'm not going to say in a positive way, but in an inquisitive way. And this guy does nothing for that. He's kind of like the middle management of serial killers. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe
Like,
he will. You know what? Maybe he. Now that we say that, maybe he will get fucking murdered in prison because just like Dom, I mean, he reminds me of Dahmer, like
but
just a
Dahmer, that
fucking
took like
weird
10
dude.
years, so we're not
Weird
looking at
dude.
it anytime soon.
But remember, Kohberger, the prison he's been in right now is like I don't know what they call it,
Not like a
pre-trial,
super.
pre-trial incarceration. So
Like the county jail.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like it's lollipops and rainbows. It's not
I don't know.
anything.
I've heard county jail is harder than prison.
I don't know
I'm
about
just saying
any of that.
he's not like
Not with the
locked
hard guys.
down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
listen, Desiree, this was
Really good
I mean,
episode.
I thought I knew a lot about this, and I didn't know anything about this. So I appreciate you bringing so much to the forefront. I thought this was a very good episode.
Well, if anyone's interested, I mean, there's a lot of documentaries out there, but like I said, Amazon Prime just put one out. If you have Prime, you have access to Prime Video, for free. The documentary is called One Night in Idaho, and it's like a 3 or 4 episode docuseries,
I'm
and
gonna
it really
watch
is
it.
more about the lives of people affected, and
Good.
not really him. I mean,
Yeah,
it talks about him and stuff, but it's really more about
the
their
families.
lives.
Well,
Good.
It's really good.
I'm gonna check that out.
we'll
So,
do it again next week with whoever's up next.
It's got to be
But-
Jack or you.
But I think we got to say the.
yeah, because
So you've been on
listen,
for a
we have been
while.
on for a while.
I think it's about time we wrap this up.
There you go. Squeak pop.
Okay. Take care, guys.
See you, buddy.
Yeah.
The Friends of Zeus podcast with Zeus and Mike and Tom too, with Desiree and Jack too. Here on the Friends of Zeus podcast.